Alicia Schiro, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you're coming to us from New York City?
I am. Actually, today I'm in New Jersey, but yes, normally I'd be in New York.
Isn't that a sin?
I know, right?
All right.
Yeah,
I guess we should put the Sopranos music when we start the show off.
totally.
So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became the
Sure.
superstar that you are?
Thank you. Yeah, so I guess I got started doing events when I worked at a gaming company, and we were a technology company geared towards in-casino gaming from a mobile device. So I handled all their trade shows worldwide. So there was a lot of building booths and bringing in large equipment to kind of demo our product that people had not yet seen. We were the first ones to get in casino gaming from a mobile device approved by the Gaming Commission. So it was new territory, it was kind of cutting edge stuff, and there were a lot of trade shows around it at that time. So we did it for horse racing, for gaming in casinos, like I mentioned, and basically anything you could do via a mobile device that involved gaming.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So that's
And
how it started.
yep, and then what happened?
So then that company was sold, and I went to a advertising company and started there as a project manager. And within that company, they had a licensed bar, and which is interesting in and of itself to have a bar in your office. But in the advertising world, that's pretty normal. So it was also a 5,000 square foot event space. And the girl that was managing it at the time, she was traveling a lot. So she was looking for someone who could take kind of that responsibility over. And she's like, hey, I remember you said you used to manage bars. I was like, yeah, like a lifetime ago. I was like, why? She's like, can you just help me out while I'm traveling and just kind of manage the bar? I'm like, well, what does that even mean? She's like, basically just sit there and make sure everything's fine. And I was like, okay. So one night I go in the bar and I'm realizing we have clients in there, we have employees in there drinking, talking. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, it was just chaos. No one knew, like, why is there a client event happening right now? And yet there's employees here. Like, it was just, there was no
Haphazard.
calendar. Exactly. So I said to her, I go, look, I think we need to start a calendar. I think we need to start doing these things, like putting stuff in place. And she's like, go have at it. So I basically turned that into an event management position and got out of project management. And then from there started working on global accounts and handling all of our client events and doing them in our event space. And then that led to its own P&L and kind of outsourcing the space to other people that wanted to rent it. So pretty much we turned it into its own revenue generating machine, which was great because we were taking that money and reinvesting it back in so that when the employees wanted to do stuff, we had the funds to do it. So we could have these crazy like Halloween parties and holiday parties. We did all kinds of stuff. We did like Olympics where everybody broke up into, their departments, and we had like a mini Olympics. So I was there for like 6 years doing all of that. And then I got recruited by a startup event planning company that built this online marketplace for events. Great, great idea. Like, it was ingenuitive, it was cutting edge, which I'm always drawn to. So I ended up leaving the advertising company and went to work at this online marketplace for events. And initially, the first year was fantastic. Like, we were crushing it. And personally, I initially started on the venue side, getting venues to participate with us, and then quickly moved to the sales side and did really, really well. That was my first time in sales. Super stressful, never do it again, but I learned a lot. Then unfortunately, they made some decisions, not good management, and I just saw the writing on the wall, and it was just time to get out. So I left and started my own company. And here we are 5 years later, Aced Events is born.
That's wonderful. And you've had a lot of
Yeah.
success with your own company.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Most people don't even survive their first year, let alone 5 years is pretty much the deciding factor, right? And of course, right now we're dealing with the worst crisis we've ever had in the service industry. But again, I'm very fortunate. I quickly kind of just, using the terminology, pivoted to online, like digital experiences, and they've been really selling. So this will actually turn out to be my best month this
Really?
year.
Okay, that's what we
Yeah.
want to hear.
Yeah.
Turning this into an opportunity instead of just saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is an opportunity," actually having
Yeah.
it be an opportunity.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And it's been really interesting to see how clients take to these new experiences. And at first, me kind of being like, it's all new space, right? No one really knows how this is all going to go, but we're all doing our best to enable it to be successful. But the interesting part is now I'm starting to see the positives of the digital world, meaning like we get to do a rehearsal now for our actual event, which prior there were no rehearsals. You did your event, it was live, and if it was got messed up, that's just the way it went.
Right.
So we actually do get a little bit of a rehearsal now. And then just some other positives is that, one of the clients will say, "Oh, but this is so risky." I'm like, it's a lot less riskier than what we used to do. Because before we had to get a venue, we had to get food, we had to get beverage, we had to get the talent. Now, all you're doing is booking talent. That's it. There's no venue, there's no food, there's no nothing. So basically, there is no risk. I mean, there really isn't. We've minimized
Internet
the
going
risk.
out is your risk.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about people traveling. You don't have to worry about location. Oh, there's so much traffic at that hour. What if no one gets there? It's like all of that's eliminated. So there's a lot of positives to, a digital experience.
Yeah, totally. So, listening to your story, I wonder how much of your success you think is due to your project management training.
Yeah, I'd say quite a bit because you really have to be detailed oriented just to be an event planner in general. So I think having project management skills is part of the process, right? You have to develop your own process first of all, and then usher it all through because I'm a one man show or one woman show, I should say. And yeah, so I think those skills are important because you have to really prioritize.
Yeah, in my careers, I started out in application development, and I saw that the two key skills I wanted were business analysis and project management. And for those in the
Hmm.
audience that aren't familiar with it, those are kind of the building block skills. If you understand how to be a good business analyst, you can take a look at a particular project, a business situation, a process, and really understand what are the key parts of it. What could you get rid of? How could you streamline it? And if you were going to move it from you were going to change it from one situation to another. So, like in your situation, you put on your business analyst hat and you go, okay, so what is it that I do that's moving from the real life space to the virtual space, and what can I substitute? What parts of the experience of it? And then the
Exactly
project,
right.
yeah. And then your project management skills are all around managing scope. How big is, what am I taking on? What am I not taking on? What's my key schedule? And what are the resources I need? And so it's amazing. Like, as I talk to so many different people, there are people who are great project managers who don't think of themselves that way. Like, I'm sure a lot of people in the event space don't necessarily relate to it as project management, and they might have different kinds of scheduling tools as opposed to project management tools. But just listening to you, it's like it's obvious that you know how to do that intuitively, and it's awesome.
I never really thought about it before actually till you said it. But yeah, I guess that is true. They do come in handy, those skills for sure.
Yeah, and so I mean, it sounds like you internalized the advantage and disadvantages of our current quarantine. Was it as simple as that, or was there a process you had to go through to really get you to the other side of it?
Oh, it was definitely a process. I think like everyone else, the first week I panicked like everybody. It was kind of like, are you kidding? Like they've just now put a news alert that there are no more events live with less than, more than 10 people. And it's like, what is happening? Like, who would have thought ever that this would be our world right now? So I think, like everyone, it was initial shock and then just like, now what? So I think what I had to do was stop watching the news as much as I was. And I think what the turning point was for me The woman who wrote the Forbes article about me for being the one person solo entrepreneur hitting 1 million in revenue, she's become a really good liaison for me. And she reached out to me saying, hey, I think you should talk to so and so. He has this company, and it was a digital company. And I said, that's so ironic. I know him. I go, we've worked together in the past. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll call, see what he's doing. And he and I started talking, and he has a scavenger hunt mobile app that's digital. So you could, download the app and play via Zoom. And so we talked about that. And I was like, you know what? I think I just need to create these experiences and just do it. So that's what I did. And I was like, is this even going to work? Like, I think you start to think like, is it really going to work? Is there a need for it? And then when I start to reach out to clients, they were like, yeah, we love this. We definitely want to do it. And it just kind of blew up from there. But yeah, I think it was that getting over that initial kind of exasperation feeling. And, I meditate a lot. So I think that helps.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me. It's funny how many people I talk to that are successful that meditation is a key part of their practice. And I never intend to talk about it, but it's one of the, if I could narrow down like one of the most incredible success things in life, meditation is up on it. How did you get into meditation?
I've always done some form of it, but sporadic. So the last, I would say 5 years when I started my company, I really became diligent with doing it every morning. It's the first thing I do after caffeine. So second thing. And I really, either I do my own practice that I have, or recently I've been following Deepak Chopra and Oprah Winfrey have one together called Hope in Uncertain Times. So quite fitting. And it's specifically designed to do for 21 days. The idea is 21 days makes a habit.
Yep.
So you do it every day for 21 days and you really feel a shift. There is a mental shift that happens and you don't realize it until something crazy like this happens, where I'm getting phone calls all day long from clients, from vendors, from friends, and everyone is just freaking out. And for some reason, I was completely like, not that I wasn't freaking out, but I just had this deep knowing that this is all going to work out. And it comes from a place that you can't explain. So it's just this feeling. And I truly believe that is from the practice. It just, it's a mindset. It definitely changes you after 21 days.
So is this, is it from the Indian tradition, like yoga oriented, or?
Not all of mine, no, just that one particularly was, but some of the other stuff I've done, I hired a life coach a couple of years ago, and it's called Self-Mastery. So that was another program that I did. It's a year-long commitment, but it's also all about these different practices. They've taken the best from all the gurus, like Deepak is one of them, Eckhart Tolle, there's so many people, but this one particular guy has taken all of these elements from all of these teachers and put it together in one program.
Oh, good.
So it's a lot of like deep work and commitment, but when you get to the other side, it's 100% worth doing.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm always curious. My practice is Chinese martial arts based, Qigong,
nice.
what that is. But I'm always fascinated how so many from the different areas, many of them have similar pieces. It's like different geniuses found out the key to what works on humans. And there's a lot of different ways it's expressed, but at the very core, you get peace, connectedness, and it just gives you a good context to start your day. One of the frameworks that I do and that I work with people on, I call it Win the Day. And so a couple of years ago, I lost 100 pounds, and thank you. The way I did that is by, obviously diet and exercise and what have you. But in the beginning, I was trying to, I guess like everybody, I was trying to lose 100 pounds all at once. And that doesn't work. And the other thing that you can't do is, because of the way your body works, you can't control what you lose on a particular day. So I had to come up with a framework that would make sure, like, I'm kind of a competitive with myself, and I wanted to figure out, okay, how do I have a good week? And so, I'm going to make progress with my goals. So I came up with winning the day and winning the week. So I came up with 5 habits I would do. And if I did 3 of the 5, I won my day. And then if I could win my day 5 days out of 7, then I was consistently losing weight and I was consistently getting stronger. And I found that that works in business and in everything else I do. And it sounds like you have your own version of that. So what is it you do to make sure that you win your day and you win your week and you get your goals?
Yeah, I think that's super important and awesome for you to figure that out, that's what it took for you to stay on track and to accomplish your goal. Because I think that's the thing, right? Figuring out what works for you. Everybody's different. So one of the things I definitely do, I say 3 things I'm grateful for every day during the initial meditation practice. So that keeps me very grounded. And just like when you start your day being grateful, like it just changes your whole perspective from your day, because I can tell the difference on the days I do it versus the days I don't do it. So that's something I definitely do. And then the other thing I do is I have tons and tons of lists. And I mean, the list could have like 100 items on it. So what I'll do is I'll pick the top 3 that I really need to get done this day. So as long as I get those 3 done every single day, I pick 3. And then the rest will get moved to the next day. Sometimes I'll get more than the 3 done. Sometimes I'll get the 3 done. And occasionally I just won't get them done. Maybe I'll get 2 of the 3. But it's good to at least have those 3 goals that you're going to get done. And then I definitely feel 100% better at the end of the day.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is meditation, gratitude, picking your top 3 and clearing your top 3. And those are the big elements of you winning your day.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what can you tell our audience? I mean, everyone's grappling with the same kinds of things you're grappling with, and their situations are all different. What is it you can share with people that they can do to figure out their way in this COVID-19 situation?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. And I think, obviously for everyone, it's different depending on what industry, they're in and what their business situation is. But for entrepreneurs or people who own their business, I think now is really the time, you have to rely on yourself. If you built a business once, you can do it again. It's just getting over that initial like, oh my gosh, I have to do this again. Because that's how I felt. Like I basically had to build another business in 2 weeks. And, but it's just like that mental reset of just one day at a time, one thing at a time. And then it just kind of grows. And before you know it, you've already done it. So I would say, look at your business and figure out what you can do to still make money and survive. Because ultimately, waiting for the government to send those funds, which I don't know if you heard this, but the SBA loans are already dispersed. And if you're a restaurant owner, you didn't get anything. So there's a lot of debacle right now with what happened with that first set of funding that went out, because a lot of the small businesses didn't get it. And that's unfortunate, because the issue there is they're not going to be around long enough now to get the second round of funding, if there even is going to be a second round.
Yep.
I think that's the thing, you want to be hopeful that funding was going to come. And I think a lot of people were relying on that. And again, like now they're in a worse situation because they waited 4 weeks now. We're like almost a month in since this started, and they're not going to be able to pay anything, let alone their employees, or their rents. So I think you really have to get creative on your own and figure out how to make money, because you can't wait for that, because it's just not going to come. So, and that's a scary thought for a lot of people. But I think that's the number one thing is trying to, figure out what you can do within your business to make a change to where you can still, make money.
Alicia, I'm telling you, gold came out of your mouth when you said you did it before. You were successful before, and it's just, oh my God, I got to do this all over again. And it's kind of like, pardon my language, it was like, oh fuck, I thought I did this already. Why the hell do I have to do it again? And it doesn't seem fair. But if you can get over the unfairness of it all and just go, I did it before, I can do it again. Am I going to do it again? And once you answer yes, you're there. It was just, I loved hearing that. I mean, it's so obvious once you said it, but that really is what people have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You got successful the first time because you were able to do something, and it
Right.
just hurts to have to do it again, but that's what it is, isn't it?
And that's what it was for me. I was like, oh, I'm exhausted. I just did this. Like now I got to do it again, you know? And I think that's what everybody feels like, especially like, to bring this back to the hospitality industry again, because they are the ones that are getting, destroyed, not to mention like all the other service industries. But I mean, that's an industry that's difficult when it's a good economy. Starting at a restaurant is the hardest thing to do when it's a good economy. And now with what they're facing, it's, I mean, I don't know what their answer is. Like, what do you do? Okay, delivery, but that's not going to sustain you.
No. I have a friend who's got this great Mexican restaurant, and we would have our events there sometimes, and we just, they also operate a community theater, and it's just this great community space. But what's so great about it, like when I took my girlfriend there for the first time, she's from Mexico, and she's like, this is authentic Mexican, like the whole decor, and like it's just so beautiful, right? The whole
Wow.
space of it, and there's a lot of tables. And so like the government here is saying when you reopen, you're going to have to do it at, partial capacity for the seating,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And this is another place where the government's trying to be well-meaning, but at the end of the day, they're not helping people because restaurants are on such a thin margin. You can't afford to operate. Like
Exactly.
if the dinner rush isn't more than 50% full, 75, it depends on your
You're
restaurant,
losing money.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You're losing money. You can't employ
Mm-hmm.
people to lose money. It doesn't work that way. And
I
you can't
know.
explain that to,
Yeah.
like I don't, like I know, I'm not saying they're not well-meaning, but they just don't, and they're trying to do the best they can like everyone else is, but it's just not going to work. The economy doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying that we should, that we should have restaurants go to full capacity because you know what? I'm not going to go into a restaurant that's full either. So it's not like
Right.
that's going to solve the problem. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, like, and that's the tough part. It's like, what is the answer for them? So one of the things that I've been doing is I have a lot of chefs that I work with. So I'm getting them to do these digital experiences. So a lot of the celebrity chefs that I work with are engaged in doing the digital experiences. It's not typically what their fee would be, but it's a portion of what their fee would be. And at least from there, they can keep things sustained. So whether they're doing a digital experience or, still trying to do catering or delivery and that sort of thing. But again, like these are not long-term solutions. These are like survival techniques, so yeah, it's just, I don't know. It is a scary thing, but like I said, entrepreneurs are very creative people in general, or they wouldn't be entrepreneurs, right? If it was easy, everybody would do it.
exactly.
So I think just getting over that mindset of it's not fair that I have to do this again, or I don't want to have to do this again. Like once you just start putting things in motion, the universe starts to push things forward for you. So I think it's just starting, right? That's what it is.
Yeah. So tell us, if people are watching this and they want to connect with you and they're like, oh man, she's got it going. How would they do that?
Yeah, I mean, happy to take any emails. My website is aceditevents.com, and my email is Alicia at aceditevents, ACEDIT events with an S. Happy to, talk to anyone that has any questions or anything.
And I will link all that in the show notes if you're okay with that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's awesome. So now, what would you like to leave our audience with? What message you want to tell them?
I think the message is, don't give up hope, right? Like we have to have hope. Without that, you don't have anything. So it's just basically, keep the faith, keep hoping, and really just put things in motion. Just do something. We all have time right now, so it's better to utilize that time and try something, even if you don't think it's going to work. I would say to you, challenge yourself and try it because you never know.
That's really awesome. Well, you've been delightful. I feel
Oh, thank
inspired.
you.
I
Oh,
really
thank
enjoyed
you.
this conversation. So as you've got something new to share with us, please come back and we'd love to talk to you again.
Great. Yeah, I will definitely. Thanks for having me.